业后的015前轮就要换下100人把了。
你干嘛你那个？
哎，便宜哦。
换台吧。好，我看。不要跳啊！有好重的，我这是爆很大，爆那个很多了。
停。
嘿嘿，
Not talking, am I? Someone just gave me a cough candy, which is good. Helps me to breathe a bit better. I've noticed on some of my vids I kind of breathe badly. I'm sure you've noticed it. Some videos where I kind of seem out of breath. And there's some videos where there's just like it sounds like I have a cold, even though I don't. And if you want to know the reason for that, I'll tell you. Holy shit. Look at that bus. Horrible. I don't know, but he just pointed to something. I'm not sure if it was the bus that he was pointing to, but I wouldn't be surprised. Bus just pouring out black smoke. So stupid. You know, Taiwan has some of the strictest emission laws in the world for new vehicles. Like some vehicles, like the Suzuki GSXR 750 and a few other ones, they're not even allowed in Taiwan. Because they can't pass the emissions test. I know one guy, he's got a motorcycle, it's like a 1000cc sports bike, and he can't pass the emissions test. He's tried, and they've even tried like weird ways to do it. They've tried like disabling 2 of the cylinders and like plugging up 2 of the carburetors to get like less emissions and all sorts of weird things, and they can't pass it. And this is a motorcycle that will pass California's emissions test, but it won't pass Taiwan. But meanwhile, you got buses like this that have like, that literally when, it's not accelerating hard right now, but when it accelerates hard, it pours out black smoke. Where's the sense in that, you know? And like, don't even get me started on like semis and other trucks. A lot of police out today. What was I talking about before that, though? Oh yeah, my breathing. I get a full medical done every year. It's part of being a foreigner worker in Taiwan. You have to do it. And like a couple of years back when I went for my full medical, the doctor says to me, he goes, they like x-ray your lungs as well. And then the doctor looks at my x-ray and he looks at me and he goes, well, how much do you smoke? And I'm like, I don't smoke at all. And he's like, oh. And he's like, your lungs, they have a lot of scar tissue. And I'm like, yep, that'd be from the Taiwanese air. And then he agreed with me. It's from pollution. Taiwan, the air is so dirty that... Let's put it this way. In Canada, you could ride a bicycle for like 2 hours and then take your white t-shirt and wipe the sweat off of your face, and the only thing that would be on the white t-shirt is your sweat. And then 5 minutes later, the shirt would dry and you'd still have a white t-shirt. In Taiwan, if you ride a bicycle for 10 minutes and then you try to wipe your face with your white t-shirt, it'll just come away black from the soot and shit on your face from the air here. And yeah, and the air here has given me enough scar tissue to make my lungs look worse than a heavy smoker's. And I asked the doctor, I said, doctor, give me the news. No, I said, I asked the doctor if I went back to Canada, would my lungs get better? And he said, well, they won't get worse. So evidently I have, like, my lungs are scar tissue, as in, and when I say scar tissue, I mean as in dead tissue that evidently won't regrow. So that's one of the reasons why I sound like wheezy on a lot of my videos, because I've lived in Taiwan for 10 years and my lungs are permanent damage because of it. A lot of the locals, they wear face masks, you know, like those surgical face masks or something to help block the air. I don't, because they're just inconvenient, and they often, in the hot weather, they cause you to sweat, so you got like, your face is like covered in like, your mouth and your nose is all covered in sweat from the mask. And plus I've even heard people say that they don't even work, because when you cover your mouth like that, it actually causes you to breathe heavier to compensate for the fact that you have a mask on. And then when you breathe heavier, you're just getting in more, you get the air in from around it, because it doesn't make a complete seal. Not most of the ones that people use here anyways. They have some that kind of fit on tighter, and then they kind of strap around the back of your neck. Like you create a more tight seal. Those probably would help, but I don't know, I'm just too lazy. And when you're wearing a full face helmet, that's another thing too. For the most part, when I'm going to work and back from work, I've always worn not worn a full face helmet, which is stupid. The last year or two, I've actually started wearing full faces a lot more than I used to. In the past, I always wore a half helmet, which gives me no protection from cars in front of me and whatnot. Even a full face helmet's gonna give you some protection, because the dirt's gonna kind of hit the helmet, and the air that hits your neck, hopefully the dirt will stick there or fall down, and then the air that goes upwards into your helmet is probably the lighter, cleaner air. That's the way I imagine it anyways. But regardless, I'm already screwed. I'm living here. Nice road. The group's kind of lost me because I'm just chatting. As you can tell by the fact I only have one hand on. So yeah. But I don't mind, because the group is in two parts. We have the fast guys in front and the slow guys behind. And the slow guys haven't caught up with me yet, so I'm still technically in the group. I'm in the center of the group. Just checking to see if I'm recording. Why is this car stopped here? What a weird car, eh? Our car's just stopped there, so I'm okay. So I stopped beside it thinking it was at a red light or something. Meanwhile, it's they just stopped there for no reason. I look inside, it's two women, they both look bored. What's up with that? I don't know. Am I supposed to turn somewhere near here? Okay, well this kind of sucks. I know I'm supposed to turn off sometime soon. So I'm going to make a U-turn and head back until I see the slow group, and there they are. So, that was quick, that was quick. I don't know. I'm just waiting for you guys. we've seen a few speed traps out today, so maybe that's why they're taking it easy. We just passed a few different police speed traps. Probably gave them a bit of a scare. I make okay money, so I don't mind getting the odd speeding ticket, but not everyone is me. And mind you, my money isn't that great. If I was smarter, I would worry about getting speeding tickets, because right now there's a few different things I want to spend my money on, and not to mention the fact that I should start saving money. Now, a lot of people that come to Taiwan, they teach for a year or two, they save most of the money that they make, and they go back to America or Canada with a shitload of money. Well, did I say most people do that? If I did, that's wrong. Some people do that. The hard-working types. They'll come here, they'll just work really hard, they'll fill up their schedule, they have no social life, they don't travel, and they'll just work hard for like 1 year or two, and then move back to Canada with like literally like tens of thousands of dollars. And it's kind of like tree planting or something. A lot of guys, like hard-working guys, they'll go up and they'll tree plant for like 2 months or something. And it's really, really hard work, but it pays well. And when you're up tree planting, you don't have a social life or anything, so you don't really get chances to spend your money. So it's kind of like that. Coming to Taiwan to teach English is kind of like tree planting. If you're smart, if you work hard. Really hard work that pays well, It's kind of funny, I like fell in behind this guy, now he's going fast, and we pulled away from the rest of the group. So why did he start going fast as soon as I pulled him behind him? Because he knows I got a camera running in my face, that's why. I noticed that with this group, you know. As soon as I start getting behind someone, they start like leaning farther and going faster, because they know they're being filmed. And they don't want me to like show them up or pass them or something. I'm gonna like just go slow. I'm gonna fall in at the back of the group. The guy in front of me, that's his first motorcycle ever, and it's a 1000cc Kawasaki sports bike. It's the Ninja ZX-10R, which is an extremely intimidating piece of machinery, and it's his first bike ever, and that's why he's following a scooter, because he's just taking it easy, getting to know the bike. The problem is with a bike like that is a learning curve. It's going to be really slow. The lighter the bike, the easier it is to handle, and the faster you learn how to ride. The heavier, the more powerful the bike, the slower you learn. Why I always suggest that for your first motorcycle you get something, the smallest bike you can find. My first bike was a 400cc, but I probably would be a better rider today if my first bike was like a 150 or something. Actually, I don't know about that. The 400 was small enough. I still dropped it a couple of times, but in general I never crashed on it, and in general, it did whatever I wanted it to do. But then again, I was a new rider, and I probably didn't understand the things it was capable of. Playing around in the tunnel. I've got pretty much the loudest motorcycle out of this whole group, so I like to play with the throttle. Minsk Reservoir. This is where I want to go. And this is a curvy bit. I'll start the camera.